40 minutes. Let's go.
What's up, my fellow Helldivers? Welcome to another episode, a follow-up episode of one of the most viewed podcasts of our channel.
Yeah.
Responding to Roach Divers. What's up, everybody?
Man.
What's up, Dutch?
Man, people don't like to be called Roach. I don't know what's going on around here.
I was having a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun last week. I think we hit a nerve.
Something happened. I don't know what. I can't explain it. I looked into the analytics and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what changed. But we got 40,000 views of you fantastic people watching our show and taking giant shits on us in the comments. Love it. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Giant shits.
Giant paragraphs worth of
peanut-filled, raisin-encrusted fucking shits.
And we are going to respond to each and every one of you. No, that's like 700 comments. But no, we're going to respond to a whole bunch of them.
A couple of them.
Well,
most of these are ones that I like are on our side. But,
it's a mix.
There's a mix in there.
But we're going to be reading comments from the last episode because it was so out of left field that video did so well. And we had so much fun reading the comments and responding to as many as we could. And the battle for Super Earth is done.
Yeah.
We have fought off the invasion of the Illuminate. Yeah.
Surprise. We won, everybody. Good job.
So there's a big question. We're going to get into this today as well, is whether or not everything is predetermined. Is Joel the omniscient God of the universe who just is predetermining our destiny? Or do we have some say in it? There's a big question mark over that. I know Arrowhead again and again says over and over again, we have story elements for whether or not you win or you lose.
Like choose your own adventure book.
Right. Yeah. And people still don't believe it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the math just doesn't add up.
Mm-hmm. Every once in a while, you can almost kind of feel Joel pushing his button on the assist button.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like,
just putting his finger on the weight.
They like another just half a percentage point. They need to like get in there.
Yeah.
So
we'll talk about that in a second. But first, like, share, comment, do all that cool stuff to the YouTube channel. Again, thank you guys so much for a banner episode last week.
Yeah, that was fun.
40-something thousand views is absolutely insane for our channel. That is a record-breaking one. That's crazy.
I'd like to welcome all the new people who subbed to the channel this week as well.
Yeah,
so
awesome.
Welcome, everybody.
And go to saltynerdiscord.com. We got a whole bunch of new people in Discord as well.
Yeah.
Dude, I love watching that thing grow.
It's fun.
It's so cool. saltynerdiscord.com. Join up, get the gamer tag, and hang out with some like.
Listen, we're just a couple old nerds who don't play video games, but we like to talk about them. Talk shit out our ass. So it's okay.
Are we old nerds?
Well, I'm an old nerd.
You got the gray beard. I don't. Not yet. Anyway.
Couple more years. Those kids of yours, they're gonna get in that age.
Yeah.
And you're gonna instantly you're just trying to turn gray overnight. I'm waiting for it.
Oh my God. I'm dying. Yeah. Okay. So the newest MO today, the invasion of Super Earth is done. We have pushed off the Illuminate. They have disappeared. The MO that I read this morning said, not the MO, but like the little brief, the mission brief or whatever, basically said we fought them off, and now we're using the wreckage of their invasion ships to study their technology so that we can find them, because apparently they're still in the universe. They're just cloaked.
Yeah.
So they're hiding out somewhere because they failed, and maybe they're going to come back for another swing at it. What's the Meridia black hole doing right now?
I have no idea.
Is it stagnant? Do we control that now?
I think it's just sitting there.
I need to check, but
yeah.
That's what's going on.
We'll find out when we have another MO, or whatever involving it. So
we have a bot MO going on right now. The robots are taking advantage of our weakened state.
Oh, those bastards!
And they're trying to edge out some territory. We have to stop them. So anytime there's a bot MO, you know where I'm going to be.
Is it just 5 random attacks that we have to defend?
Yep.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yep.
So that's shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Yeah, the DSS is right now on Curia. Dude, I saw a thing on Instagram this week that was actually pretty cool. It got me a little hyped. It was the scene from Predator where Dutch and what's his name? What's the Carl Weathers guy's name in that movie? Dylan. Well, they did the iconic freaking handshake thing, right? But it was like bot divers were Dylan, and they were just hanging back, and then they stood up and they brought the DSS with them. And the squid divers were like, Dylan, you son of a bitch.
Oh, yeah.
And we're like, yeah. That was pretty cool. I did want to recap something. I heard some rumors that the Chinese player base were like foaming at the mouth over this game because on Super Earth, the squids were attacking China.
Yeah. They were attacking Taiwan.
You know more
Super
about that than I
Taiwan or
do.
whatever. I don't know a whole lot about it.
No?
No. I only play the game 3 days a week. So I'm not really qualified to speak on it.
Oh,
so.
I heard that they were like fervently defending their city. And then when they started to lose, they started downvoting the game.
There's something in the code about how Super Earth was defended, and they couldn't completely cap off Super Taiwan or whatever the hell the city's name is.
Okay.
You know, Angel of the Ocean or something. So I don't know. But a bunch of them got mad, and they went and bombed the ratings of Arrowhead over on Steam.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. There's like a few thousand of them. You can see the dip.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
the little
positive,
red line.
positive, boop, boop, and then it goes down red, just bam, and then it goes back up to normal.
I'm surprised they didn't just hack the game.
Somebody's trying to make. They were trying to make a new cool cape design or something. So
no, the OG is the only one I want to see. If it's not the Sony PSN debacle, I don't want that.
But
cape.
you know, that's old news. It's over with. You know, they cried. We moved on.
You notice the planets look a little different now. Let me pull this up.
Mars is
look at this. It's like glowing.
Yeah.
Why is it glowing?
Because they raised it.
And then when you open it, it's all like kind of jacked up.
Maybe that's where we're gonna get our
raised to the ground by the enemy of liberty. It will be a long time until the planet can be rebuilt to its former glory. So that's the same with New Haven. And whatever this one is, Pylon 5.
Nice.
Wow.
Scoured world. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
That's cool. Oh,
Widow's Harbor.
Hey.
What?
You know what that looks like to me?
Looks like a lava biome.
Looks like a lava biome is what that looks like.
That's what it looks like.
Woo, baby. I don't know, guys. Are we going to get lava biomes? Is Mars going to be a lava biome? That's pretty dope. Cool. I'm not going to lie. That is pretty cool. That gets me a little hyped for that. That's pretty
Agreed.
Dope. Yeah.
Agreed. Yes.
Cool. All right. What else we got going on, man? We have a bunch of comments before we get to it.
I feel like it's just kind of we're at a little bit of a down period right now. We're at a little slow time, which is fine because the last couple of weeks
have been pretty insane.
Have been pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And like, I think, did they hit 200,000 people?
Damn near.
At one time, I think so.
Let me check the stats real quick.
So yeah, it's been nuts. And I think things have calmed down a little bit.
Looks like the highest point was 111,000, almost 112,000 players.
When was how far back does that go?
This goes all the way to this is just a couple of days.
Yeah,
hold on.
You need to
How do I zoom out?
I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Hold on. We're on the companion app. Go to helldiverscompanion.com. This is the best app to take a look at this. Why do I not? How come I can't?
I don't even know if you can. It's not like it's an interactive computer table or anything.
I'm sure there's a way to do it.
It just goes back like
I'm not going to do it live right now because I'll have to edit. But yeah, we got quite a few
tons and tons of people came in for the defense of Super Earth, and now that the defense of Super Earth is over, a bunch of people left.
Now we're back down to 80,000, which is that's a little higher than normal. I think we usually kind of level off at around 40 to 50,000 players,
something like that.
We're at 80. We still got a good amount of people in there.
I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't play the game enough.
Why do you keep saying that? Did somebody insult you?
I don't know if I'm qualified enough to be able to talk about it.
Did somebody insult you or something?
Yeah.
What happened?
I'm just kind of being a smart ass.
Well, yeah. What happened?
It was one of those comments that people said, these guys don't even play the game. It's like, yeah, we kind of do.
Yeah. Sorry, 1,200 hours. Not enough. Not enough. My bad.
We're both we're both 150s.
Yeah, both
I'm the world's worst 150.
The world's worst 150 has got to be a title that only you can hold.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Never played the game in my life.
Yeah.
Unqualified.
Yeah. Well, it's not like you're Elon Musk hiring somebody else to play the game for you.
That's true.
Yeah. You have proof that you're in game every week.
It's all on video.
Yeah.
Every hour of my play is on our YouTube channel.
You can watch Dutch grow. Oh man. I remember when you said you weren't going to go above level 5.
Yeah.
Now here we are.
Yeah.
We got a bot MO, which is cool. I fought this morning with Romnos. Shout out to Romnos. He jumped in with me. I came to the studio because I needed some footage to play while we were watching this. And I was just doing a level 7 solo, just kind of hanging out, trying to get some cool shots.
Mm-hmm.
And Romnos jumped in. I was like, oh, sweet. And I loved it because neither of us had our mic on at first. So we were only using the emojis to communicate, like thank you and affirmative and all that shit. There's something about having to use the in-game communication that I really enjoy.
Going in an eagle.
I can't speak as to what it is. It's just when I'm in game with somebody who I'm not talking to and we're both on the same level and we're both communicating via the thank you or, oh, I'm sorry, or the affirmative or shit like that, or follow me. Like there's some dope squad play, military communication stuff going on with that. And it just kind of, it's like a nice little satisfying thing that I do.
Scratches a little itch.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know what it is, but it's fun.
Yeah.
Being able to play with somebody without speaking, something cool about that. But all right, well, I guess
this MO, we're fighting bots. We got to defend 5 attacks. Okay, see, it sounds a little fillery. Sounds like this is a bit of a filler MO.
Well, it's a pause. It's a break.
Yeah,
we had this bombardment of a crazy MO with a storyline of the invasion of Super Earth, and now this is the immediate calm after the storm kind of a thing.
And
I'm okay with that.
And lo and behold,
20%.
There's still fucking 20% of the Roach divers.
20% of Roach divers.
Fuck you. We're gonna just go do what we want. It's like,
go do.
Okay,
all right, man.
Do what you want.
Do what you want.
Do what you want.
Fine. I don't care.
It's like, just don't be mad when at some point us MO divers and bot divers, we say, you know that MO that's over there on the bug side?
Fuck that.
That you needed that extra 10,000 people for to get that MO complete. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
See, that's
going to happen.
We legitimately had an argument about this in the Discord though.
Yeah.
It's like, are we going to be the bigger people?
I'm kind of
and just follow the MO.
I kind of don't. I'm kind of starting to think I don't want to be that guy.
Does it even matter if we follow the MO?
I don't know.
You had a tweet. You sent a tweet out.
Yeah, but nobody responded.
Who did you send it out to though?
I sent it out to Arrowhead and the Helldivers 2 account and to Pilestad himself, and they all ignored me. But it's fine. They're gonna rue the day they ignored Dutch Butters. It's gonna happen. Home gang. It's gonna happen. I'm just gonna fly over there, knock on the door, go, hey.
Home gang.
Dutch Butters is here. He needs to see Pilestad right now.
Let's compare beard lengths.
Let's go have a beard. Let's go.
But I don't understand. You don't have anything of value. So if I win, I don't get anything out of it.
That's right.
So those are the rules.
Does he have a hot wife?
Oh, shit, dude. Leave. I can't believe you. What are you doing? Go watch Norseman.
I said some people in our comments for this week's video claim it doesn't matter who you fight in this game, that the narrative is set.
What? Who commented?
They fight bugs because it doesn't matter who they fight. Is this true? And they didn't respond. I got one reply from a friend of mine in Twitter. Theron Alvord, who said, seeing how data mine showed outcomes for us both winning and losing Super Earth, I believe the story has a set path, but there are opportunities to deviate the path the story takes, like one of those choose your own adventure novels. And I've been saying that since day one.
Well, that's the official narrative from Arrowhead. That it's whether you win or lose determines the outcome. However, why do people continue to think, and this is a genuine question, that it's all predetermined? Because you say it all the time too.
Well, I say there's one way or the other. I say there's a fork.
But you say there's a lot of times where if we win or lose an MO, you go, oh, that's rigged.
Yeah.
People comment in our videos all the time. Oh, this MO's rigged.
I mean, how does the story go forward if Super Earth is completely demolished and taken over?
In the first game, when that happens,
they reset the game. Right?
The Galactic War resets.
Yeah, war's over.
War's over. We lost.
That's not this kind of game though. This isn't a board game that you lose and you restart it. That's just not how this kind of a game works. So
should it be? I don't know. I mean, HD1 plays out like that. It's like every couple, from a minimum of a couple of weeks to a couple of months is how long the Galactic War lasts in HD1.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think this is a different kind of game.
This is a long haul.
Yeah.
They never want it to reset.
This game never ends until they just turn off the servers. So they need to have contingency plans for anything that happens. What if there's like a Helldiver Civil War?
Like the Chaos Divers?
And we just say, our factions grow so hateful towards each other. We said, no, I'm not going to bugs and I'm not going to this and screw you. We're not doing to go do this. And it's like,
I've heard it on good authority that there are a faction of players that will go on bug side during an MO, massacre their entire team.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't be that guy. That is not cool.
If there's anything you're going to call a Helldiver Civil War, that would be it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll show those Roach divers. Just kill them all right before extract and then leave.
Yeah.
Just completely screw them over.
They put a thing in game to fix that, I think, now, to where if you get murdered, then you get and murdered or booted from a game, you get put into your own little.
Yes. Well, that's if you get kicked out.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying if you get team killed.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I don't know. What's it gonna do? You just redrop and extract anyway.
No, they don't have to call you back in. Think about it. If one dude goes into a bug planet or bot planet, this is not saying you should do this, but what you could do, you jump into a squad who's not playing the MO, whether it's bots or whatever, it doesn't matter. Whatever the MO is, if you're on the opposite side of the galaxy,
so much trouble,
and you go down and you kill everybody, but you're still alive, you don't have to call in reinforcements. You could solo that whole thing or just hang out and wait until the time goes. No, because if you leave, then they get reinforced. But if you just stay alive and you just hang out and you don't finish the objective and you just fail the mission without calling them back in, they could kick you out. That's about all they could do. If they're the host.
Don't do that.
I'm not saying do it.
I'm
not saying do it. I would hate it if somebody
don't do that. That's bad.
Don't do the quotes. That makes it worse, idiot. God damn.
Oh, man. Jesus.
I'm saying I've heard people do that. And that's pretty rough, man.
Can they get us?
It's pretty rough.
Oh, the hell are you doing?
Okay. I have never done that.
I have not either.
Genuinely, I have never done that.
I know somebody who has. But
we know people.
Yeah.
We know those dirty scoundrels.
Yeah, but
those
still,
chaos divers.
Back on topic here really quick. Yeah. There's still 20% of the people on bug side.
They're going to play the game how they want.
I'm playing the game how I want. I want to have fun. I play the game how I want. It's like you're missing 2/3 of the game by playing your Starship Troopers little fantasy over there. So yeah, I don't know, whatever.
Let's read a couple of these comments.
Okay.
We got the first one here. This is actually one of a cool one. I like this. This analogy is hilarious. This is from P Silo GN1SX.
Yeah,
it says bug divers are the kid at soccer who only cares about kicking the ball and nothing else. It doesn't matter where. It doesn't matter to who. It doesn't matter that you're making the game more difficult for everyone else. Everyone needs to respect how you have fun, but you're not accountable for anyone else. Like, damn.
Spot on.
Fuck.
Spot on.
That was a fucking PhD thesis on Roach Divers.
That was amazing.
Good comment, man. Thank you so much. But let's hear the other side of the argument. Go ahead. Find what was one of the comments where they're like defending the Roach Diver position?
From Bulls and Mahoney, people will do anything, say anything, even host fucking podcasts just in the name of not letting people play the game however they want. Motherfuckers were even bitching about bot players going to do the DSS alert, and then the second the DSS comes back online and the bot divers come back, all of a sudden they're 3 seconds away from slobbering their knobs like, oh my God, thanks you bot divers. Like they weren't just crucifying them 6 hours prior to that happening. Motherfuckers can have 85% of the current game population doing the MO, still fail, and somehow it's everyone else's fault. Sounds like a skill issue. Wow. Skill issue to me. Okay.
I like that comment.
First off, wrong.
Okay. First off, if you actually listen to the show, we said the bot MO is in support of the major order for Super Earth.
Yeah.
It's supposed to get the deal. That was part of the game.
That was part of the game.
It's part of the story. You go do that, and then you bring it back to the thing.
It didn't say we're running out of oil for our ships. Go to bug side and kill bugs to make oil.
We also said, specifically, if you do a couple missions on the MO, do your part, and then you want to go play your favorite faction, more power to you. That's a quote. We actually said that.
Exactly what we said.
It's exactly what we said. So I heard a couple comments in that chat too that was like, oh, you guys are bitching at me. I did 3 or 4 missions and then I wanted to go. I was like,
great.
Yeah, cool, whatever, man. Do your thing.
That's what I did. That's what I did.
I don't know why you're yelling at me.
Good job.
We never yelled at bot divers for doing the MO either.
I did both MOs on that day. Actually, I did super stuff, and then I went and killed some bots. So yeah.
A for effort, F for actually reading the assignment.
Yeah.
85. That's it. This bottom paragraph here, though. 85% of the current game population doing the MO and still fail, yet somehow it's everyone else's fault.
Look,
how does that work?
When it takes you need 2% more of the player base to be playing in the MO to put it over the top for what they needed to do, and 15% of them are over killing bugs for no reason, then that's the problem. Well, we needed those bodies over in a different part of the map.
And this is another thing that's contested as well. But as the last time I checked, they base the amount of time and the difficulty off of how many people are playing. Obviously, we had a record number of people playing in recent time of the game because of the Super Earth thing.
Therefore, those numbers go up.
Therefore, the numbers go up. Therefore, the difficulty goes up. Therefore, the amount of time goes up. Everything goes up. So if you still have that faction that's out, then that's why you're just a little off, is because they're basing it off the entire population. We've argued that they shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
We've argued that the MOs should not be based off player population because of this reason.
Yeah, but you don't want to have an MO that's hard for 20% of the population to do. But then if you get more people to come on, then it makes it easier. That doesn't really make sense.
Right, because that doesn't work either.
Right.
It's kind of a rock and a hard place. Yeah. Great comment, though, by the way. Thank you so much.
Anyway, my reply to that, I replied to that in the game. I said, angry you are. Pokemon, perhaps?
Would you rather go play Pokemon?
You should go play Pokemon or something because, bro, you need to, relax. Anyway.
People who take us seriously need to relax.
It's like they don't know us at all.
Look at these freaking idiots.
Go play some Pokemon Go. Walk around the park. Go crack open some eggs.
Is Pokemon Go still a thing?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Did you hear what?
I walked 1,000 miles playing that game. You couldn't tell by looking at me, but I did.
Did you hear the psyop that game was? Did you hear about this?
No, I did not.
This is a while ago. But they found out that game was using backdoor GPS to map literally everything. China was using that app to backdoor GPS the United States. Wow. Inside buildings, outside buildings. They were like, oh, we don't have this part mapped out yet. Let's have a couple Pokemon over here. So people can walk through this area. They track your phone, and then they build a GPS system off of that. It's fucking insane.
Just make sure you take the Bulbasaurs and the Pikachus out. Okay.
Crazy. All right, what else we got, man?
We got a lot of comments here to get through. Let's just start going through. We got some good ones, some bad ones, some funny ones. So you did Silo. I'll just do the next one.
Yep.
From JC6087. People not doing the MO and still getting the MO rewards are basically using the rest of the player base as slaves.
Whoa.
Slaves. Everyone else busts their ass to complete the order while these bastards sit around shooting bugs on easy difficulty, collecting MO rewards they don't deserve. Only give medals for completing MO-related missions, and that will fix it. I'm not against that.
I'm not against it either.
I'm not against it at all.
Well, you're punishing people for playing the game. No, you can go play whatever you want.
You're having fun. What do you care if you get medals for if you're having fun?
Yeah, I don't care about medals anymore. They're so easy to get.
Yeah.
They're so easy to get. Yeah. Like, I don't care about the MO medals.
I only play 3 days a week, and I still have the entire MO bought out in like 3 hours.
You mean the war bond?
The war bond, yeah. And I think I'm capped out again because I don't ever play. It's super hard.
The game
for
has
somebody who never plays. It's really easy to get medals.
Really bothers you. Look, the game has room for improvement in the incentives for playing certain things. I totally agree with that. I think there is time for a complete rework on what rewards are given to people based on what they're doing. I do think that needs to be reworked because this whole like community freaking communism, everybody gets a medal for doing whatever.
Well, we are space fascists.
The labor movement, right? Yeah, it's like everybody contributes.
Everybody contributes.
So I don't know, man. I do think there's room for improvement. There's a million different ideas of how to do it. I've read many comments of great ideas. I've read comments that are kind of have a little bit of a plot hole in there, but yeah, let's see what they come up with. Maybe they come up with something. I don't know. Hey,
before we move on to the next one, did you see the Super Earth president got freaking whacked?
Oh, I forgot to mention that.
Did you watch that video?
Yeah.
It was pretty badass.
Damn.
He just gets domed by an overseer though.
Yeah.
Just fucked up. And then they make it worse. He goes down there and like drills it in with the flag or something.
Yeah. Yeah,
pretty
that
gnarly,
got people pretty roughed up.
Yeah.
They were like, freaking kill the squids. I was like, yeah.
I just thought it was a cool video. The president out there with his freaking senator or whatever.
Yeah.
With his flag and his gun. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. So the Ministry of Defense is in charge of Super Earth?
I don't know. There's a new president.
Is there a new one already?
Yeah, but I don't pay attention to the lore, so I don't care. Whatever.
You make it really hard to talk about this game sometimes, dude. No, like the Ministry of Defense was put in charge of Super Earth. I didn't know they had a new president already.
Well, yeah,
is that real?
Democratically voted for.
I wanted to vote for him. I seriously, dude, can you imagine if they would have put like a mock election as a player base in the game?
And they totally picked the opposite of what everybody really wanted. Democratically voted for.
Democratically elected.
Perfect.
It's a rigged election.
It's like, yes, we voted for Himmler.
It's just some doddering old man up there. Oh, squids, you don't understand. Squids. I've been fighting squids since I work full time in the thing. We just have that guy be the president.
Anyway, I think the murder of the president will be like the catalyst for the next big chapter. The next chapter.
Maybe, yeah. So, I was wrong. So my idea of what the MO was going to be moving forward was we were going to have the bugs be fought so that we could refuel the DSS, and the DSS wouldn't come back newer, better, all this stuff. So that didn't happen. It came back, but it's exactly the same as it was. There's no improvements to it. So, I mean, that was kind of a bummer, but is what it is. All right, let's do the next comment.
Okay.
Says, let's see, you did JC. So the next one is, how do you say that? Vinny Ficus Cubes?
Beneficus Cubes.
Whatever. Vinny says, the DSS was being shot at by Illuminate ships in orbit. We got warning to not send DSS to Illuminate siege planets in order to avoid further damage. Player base immediately sent it back into Illuminate space and got it instantly offline.
Yeah.
Well,
just really quick, that was our #1 most thumbed up comment.
Yeah, 626 likes on that comment.
Which is kind of weird because I think Vinny was a little drunk when he wrote it. I have a hard time reading it.
Well, basically, so we were told, I'm assuming in game at some point, we were told to get the DSS out of Illuminate space because it's being bombarded and destroyed. And the player base was like, nah, send that thing back.
Yeah.
And then it got destroyed. And then we were like, oh shit, the DSS is destroyed.
It's like, well, to be honest, none of us really like the DSS.
In its current state,
I would have sent it into the black hole.
People tried.
Yeah. You know.
Hold on. I also heard, and I didn't have time to verify this, but I also heard that a lot of the bug divers were trying to vote the DSS into the bug planet that they were fighting on.
Probably.
Is that accurate?
I wouldn't shock me.
And then Arrowhead was like, nah, you don't get to do that.
They need to do that to a lot of bug divers. They no.
No, you don't get to do that.
No, you don't get to do that.
No, the DSS is a weird thing. It's a touchy subject. It did help us. Definitely helps. Like, obviously, it has perks to it that are built to help the MO. However, it's kind of a space toilet, and there's a lot of people who just don't like it.
Yep.
Me included. If it's Super Earth was a special circumstance because it's like that was Super Earth.
Yeah.
But if it's on a planet somewhere, I usually try to avoid that planet.
Right.
I'll go to another planet inside the MO. You know, if we're like these 5 defense planets on bot side, one of them has the DSS. I'm not going to go to that one. I just don't. Nah, I'm good.
Yeah. Go to the one with acid rain and fire tornadoes.
Bingo.
And with the incinerator core, all at the same time.
Yeah.
Be perfect. And earthquakes and asteroid freaking bombardments. Let's just put them all on one.
Listen, the asteroid bombardments are my favorite bio. I freaking love that shit.
What would a planet be like? They had all that shit on it. Just like all the bad stuff on one planet. It's called a planet hell.
Yeah.
That would be wild.
Do you remember?
I think it'd be kind of fun.
Do you remember the weeks and weeks we spent on Hellmire on bug side?
Oh,
dude,
God.
Hellmire was like, just give them the planet?
Yeah, we don't want this place anymore. Just keep it. It's all yours.
You can have it, man.
Why don't you get the next one? You get the next one because there's one coming up I want to read after that.
All right. So Kobe Riley 6608 says, I'm really digging this channel. 100% agree with everything I just seen in the video. Well, thanks, man.
You see, we have our people.
Yeah. People
They're
get
out there.
it. Look, man, we're shit talkers and we have fun doing it.
Yeah.
Some people don't get that brand of humor. It's okay.
Don't take us too seriously.
Never take us seriously.
We only play the game 3 days a week. So, you know, I
only have 1,200 hours in the game. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, me too. So I don't know, guys.
Half the shit we say, we're just fucking shit talking each other.
I'm surprised I'm not half freaking wasted right now. And so, you know,
we used to drink on this channel.
Oh yeah, that was
YouTube throttled us.
That was fun.
So we had to stop.
Is that it? Is that why we're getting better? Because we're not
drinking on stream anymore.
We're not openly having bottles of bourbon out in the middle of the podcast.
Maybe.
But no, Kobe, it's really cool. I'm glad we have some people. We have people out there.
Yeah, man. I hope you subscribe. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for the comment. Now,
right.
I want to do this next one.
Go for it.
Because I think this is the most smartest, most important comment in the entire 1,400 comments that we got. It's my favorite one.
Mm-hmm.
From, oh my God, how am I going to say this? Takam Mau 1992XD. Man, these guys and their names. There we go. If you want to solve the Roach Diver problem,
Roach Divers,
you hit them with a tariff.
Ooh.
A 50% ammo tariff on all bug planets. In game translation, would make all of their weapons only half ammo capacity for the duration of the Super Earth invasion, as those ammos are needed back home. Ammo will scarcely be found on usual drop points as well. This would deter most players from doing bug missions and focus their efforts on relieving Super Earth from Illuminate Dominion. A great big tariff. Got to do a great big beautiful tariff.
Big beautiful tariff.
I think that is genius. I really do, and it makes complete and total sense. In fact, I would go further. I would put a tariff on literally everything that the bug divers are doing, or anybody for that matter who isn't doing something that's directly related to the MO.
Resources are needed.
On the MO places.
Yeah.
I would have you would get 3 lives instead of 5.
Oh.
Your ammo would be cut in half. Your stims would be reduced to about 2.
Wow.
I would make it very difficult to play on planets that aren't directly involved with the MO. You can go have your fun, but you better get better. See if you can live on a third of what you usually are able to take. So yeah, I think that's a great idea.
That's fucking harsh. Wow.
They just want to have fun. I just want to have fun.
I bought the game. I play it however I want.
They can listen to Cyndi Lauper. Girls just want to have fun.
Here's the thing.
Girls just want to have fun. When they're out there killing their bugs and stuff. Yeah, man.
I would totally put that in this episode if I wouldn't get copyright struck.
I think my brain just blew up. I go, a tariff, a supply tariff on Roach Divers, and it's not just them. If the MO is on bug side and you're a bot diver and you refuse to go over the way, you get the same thing.
You know what that would be?
I think it would be an interesting
for a lot
mechanic.
of really hardcore players.
They would love it.
That would be a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh fuck yeah, I'm gonna play with 1/3 supplies.
I know guys like that.
Yeah, I would do shit like that.
Yeah, you would be one of those people.
Yeah,
like,
I'd be like, oh yeah,
fuck you.
Watch me.
Let's go.
Level 10.
Yeah, that's good.
No stratagems.
Yep. Yeah.
Let's go.
No, but I think it's a beautiful idea. I think it's really good, and I think it's something that they should look at because it makes sense.
I like the lore. I like the idea of the lore of like, look, the supplies that Super Earth has are reserved for, the Ministry of Defense reserves them for planets that they're telling you to go fight on.
Yep.
That makes sense. I like that there's an in-game reason for it.
Yeah. Those frozen Helldivers in your ship, we need those guys on other ships.
Yeah.
We need those people somewhere else. Not playing the game somewhere, having fun where they don't need to be having fun.
You don't need to be having fun.
No having fun. You're not allowed to have fun.
Not allowed to have fun on this game. Do your fucking job.
Do your duty, soldier. Yeah, no.
All right, speaking of having fun, the next comment is from Kanye Craven Club. Wow.
No, it's Kenyan Caravan Club.
Is that what it says?
That's what it says.
The print's really God. Little. Am I getting
really
old?
Little. Yeah, you're getting old.
Wow, that is an aggressive acronym for your name,
yes,
though.
Oh my God. I just saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
All right. We're going to listen to Mr. KKK over here. It says, LOL, laughing out loud at all the salty nerds saying, you have to play the game how I say you should.
Yes. How I say you play the game.
Thank you for your input, KKK.
now we're going to get 12 views. So
well, you can't say the word.
I don't know. There's a lot of words on YouTube you can't say.
I don't know.
You should bleep those out. Beep. Right. Nobody's telling you how to play the game. We're just telling you how maybe you should play the game.
Well, it's a community-based game.
Yeah.
And the argument is, if it's a community-based game, you should want to play with the community.
Mm-hmm.
And to help the overall storyline, help the overall player base, and make sure that things are all good. I totally get preferring one faction over another.
Well, we both prefer to fight bots.
Yeah.
I totally understand it. But we go do what we're told, where we need to go. And if we don't want to, then we'll at least split it up.
Yeah.
Do
your part.
It's like we do your part. contribute a little bit. do one operation and then go fuck off and fight bugs. So no big deal. No big deal.
Okay, this is a big comment. I'm going to read this one.
Which one are you doing?
It's the Seek Airy Gamers 8768, I think is how you say it.
I don't think I have that one.
You don't have that one on there?
No,
okay, I got it. It's pretty long, so I'm just going to get the general idea behind it. It says, you raise a valid point about players not wanting to play the MOs, but I have to interject a bit on the nuance of that narrative. I too enjoy bug diving a lot, though I don't exclusively dive bugs. I have a bit of a boner about the narrative they are playing out. It is far too God-modded and predetermined. Our agency is utterly erased by the heavy-handed God-mod nature of their narrative. Why bother fighting a foregone conclusion? It is a legit question to ask oneself. This is another person who believes, and I don't even have an argument against this, that the narrative is predetermined. We've seen a lot of MOs where we're scratching our heads at the end of it going, how did we win that? And how did we lose that?
Right.
It happens.
I mean, we gotta remember that there's a studio in Sweden filled up with God knows how many people, and they can't have a game that everybody's playing that just ends because we make a stupid decision. You know what I mean? They have to have contingency plans.
Sure. Yeah.
So if we had lost Super Earth last week, what would we be doing right now?
Well, you could ask what's that Iron Sights guy who does the data mining? They did have a according to him, they did have a story beat based on whether or not we lost, and I would imagine that we would probably regroup and try to take Super Earth back.
Well, sure.
I mean, that seems pretty simple to me.
I mean, I like the idea. I don't think it's completely predetermined, but I do think that there are just certain branches in the road that, decides which way we want to go. And, each branch takes a lot of work. So they probably try their best to steer us in one direction or the other. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I don't know. I kind of want it to be a free-for-all.
I do too. But
just let it lay.
People are too chaotic. I
like
think.
Whatever happens, happens, man. Let it go and see what happens. Like if you fail, you fail. I think I think both factions would probably have taken Super Earth by now because there's no cohesion. There's like the community. And the other issue too is communication within the community. It's like we get these MOs, but there's no way of us collaborating with more than just our group on what.
There's too many people being too interested in being in their own little faction of cool kids. I'm a bot diver. I'm a chaos diver. I'm a John Helldiver diver. I don't know.
Remember when they had the idea for the platoons and they were like, oh, we're gonna platoon up.
That would be great.
I think that'd be super cool. It might alleviate a little bit of this too, because then if you get platoon commanders,
well, platoons are just like communities, like our like our Discord community is a platoon,
right? But we have like 1,300 people now.
Yeah, well, that would be an awesome unit,
dude. If we had 1,300 people as a platoon, and some other YouTube channel, Cloud Plays and Buzz Lightyear, those guys have thousands upon thousands of people. If we communicated amongst each other and said, "Hey, everybody, we're going to go to this planet," we legitimately, as a series of platoons, could take an entire planet in a couple hours.
Yep,
that's how the game is designed.
Like, what happens if 30,000 people just up and decide we're going to go take Aesir Pass because it has a 0.5 percentage defense rate? You could do that. You could, and then it would completely throw off whatever the narrative is, and they'd have to like figure out what to do. So I want, that's the kind of stuff I want people to be able to see people do. Exactly.
I like that idea. I understand that it complicates things with the MOs a little bit, but hear me out. The idea that a group of content creators have, a following behind them and can gather enough resources and enough people together to say, hey, we're going to march on Cyberstan and just start taking planets. Having that homegrown community effort, that would be awesome. It's very similar to the Malevelon Creek thing. That wasn't an Arrowhead thing. That was a community thing. Everybody in the community was just like, you know what? Fuck it. We're staying on the Malevelon Creek. With you. That's the kind of stuff that entrenches itself in the lore of the game and the community and the player base. And I kind of want them to support that a little more. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely does.
But I also don't want to be like, I don't want the outcome to be like, oh, there's a bug MO, but all of these content creators are on bot side because they want to do this thing. because then that's what the complication is. It's like now we're hypocrites and we're not doing what we're told.
Right.
So there's a fine line to be had, but I do think those homegrown community-based events are some of the best things that happen in the game, and I want them to happen more often. And I would love to be able to have like a collaboration with that many people.
I totally agree.
It'd be so cool.
Yep.
And we could do the same thing on bug side. Like, oh, we're going to take, planet X32 or whatever. And we all just start marching on bug
It's like
planets.
if there's a reason to go fight bugs, let's go fight bugs. Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's just a style of enemy that I don't really enjoy playing against, but it will do it. We'll do it.
I think the planets are ugly.
Yeah.
All right. The next one here is from Final Troop. It says, the easy solution is to have universal MOs for all 3 factions at the same time. So people can play, so players can do what they want and contribute. Players should never feel like they need to play a mission or punished for not. Running trivial missions to hit a quota is where you start hurting player base. Players aren't playing at that point, just doing chores. It's a valid point.
That's not wrong.
Not wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know how that would work if you have 3 MOs on 3 different factions, because obviously the player base in general, generally speaking, player base favors bugs. So in order to have a bot MO, a bug MO, and an Illuminate MO, you would have to have...
They've done that before, right? Where we've had to do a bot and a bug MO at the same time.
They've had dual MOs.
Like
it's usually like there's a major order and then there's like a minor order.
Okay.
Oh, like hold a planet or something.
Yeah.
So they have dabbled in that before. And it is nice to be able to like, oh, I can still contribute to the narrative, but I get to go do my favorite thing. Cool. I don't know if you would be able to get away with it doing all 3 of them.
It would take some just a little bit of logistics and just making it make sense. And I think they could do it.
But then they would have to also make sure that the MO was balanced for how many people were playing on each faction. Like obviously the bug faction is going to have more players, so that version is going to have to be a little bit more difficult to make it fair. The bot side is going to have 10, 15,000 players.
I want to see him put more stuff in the game. Like remember the tank mines? Those
yeah. Pick one or the other.
Yeah, pick one or the other.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, damn it.
Yeah, I remember. it was the what was the anti-tank mines or the what's that rocket?
I don't know.
The rocket thing called. I can't remember.
Go save the children. Shit.
Yeah.
That was fun. There was a lot of fun little.
A little banter back and forth.
Yeah.
Freaking leave those kids. Who cares?
Who gives a shit? Stupid orphans. You're
crazy. Yeah, there's all kinds of ways that we could play this game, man. It's a fun game. And yes, we are grown adults talking about a video game. I don't know what you want. I don't know. Welcome to YouTube.
Yeah, exactly.
What else we got? Anything?
I don't know, man. I think that's about it.
That's about it.
I think that's about it this week.
Yeah. No major patches or anything like that drop today?
Not that I know of.
The game is in a fairly good state, correct?
Yeah.
Do you agree with that? Like
I agree.
Most major bugs have been fixed. I haven't really noticed anything crazy. If I'm here at the studio playing, everything's very smooth. I got no problems. I got to figure out what the heck's going on with my rig, my laptop at home, because I did upgrade the RAM. I cleaned off all the fans. The CPU's running great. Every other game has seen a boost in performance. Ghost Recon, Skyrim, Oblivion, all those games are running super smooth.
Yep.
Helldivers is the only one I'm continuing having an issue with. I don't know what it is.
It's very strange.
It's very strange. I'm like, I want to blame the game because I've done everything I could think of on my end. I don't know what's going on. I've got like I said, I've got 1,200 hours in this game. Most of that's on my laptop. It's performed admirably in the past. Something happened when they did the Super Earth patch. When the army arrived on Super Earth, that's when my shit just died. 9 frames a second, consistent. I'm like, I don't know what happened. I'm very confused. So you guys have ideas, please comment below. I've tried literally fucking everything. But yeah, that's it. Let's wrap it up, man.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much. I apologize for Dutch's low effort shit missile over here.
What are you talking about?
You're just like, yep, whatever, man. I got it.
I'm not qualified to talk about the game.
You're not qualified to talk about this game.
So why should I bother?
You hack.
Poser.
You're a poser.
Fucking poser.
With your metal helmet. We love making fun of each other as much as we love making fun of you. So thank you for having a thick skin.
We're just nerds, guys. That's all. That's it.
Yeah, nobody's watching at this point. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching the show. Do appreciate it. Tune in next week. We'll be here. Watch Dutch's live streams. Every Monday night is Helldiver night. And we're going to be dabbling in a couple other things. Are we doing Ghost Recon tonight?
Maybe. Yeah.
Freaking Ghost
It's gonna be fun.
It'll be fun. All right, guys. We'll see you on the live streams. Stay salty.